guys. I think you're really going to like this next video. It's a little bit long, but we got a lot of information packed into it. We were in Capiz province, and we met a viewers, Tom Moscal, who has been in the Philippines a very long time, and he's been running a very large rice mill with his wife. He lives in Capiz. He's got a beautiful home there. He's got his family is there, and he gave me a lot of real talk, a lot of advice, and a great tour of his large facility there, his wife's facility that they work on. And I'm very grateful to him for doing this, and I appreciate him sharing his wisdom with us. It was very eye-opening. I learned a lot, and stay tuned, guys. There are huge diesel generators, 24,000 liter diesel tank. He's got 2 lines cleaning the rice, polishing it, dehusking it. It's really amazing, and you're going to learn a lot here. You're going to see a lot of really interesting machinery. Well, he gives us the rundown on his trucks. He's got a nice tractor. He's got a bunch of cattle too, a little bit of talk about cattle, and just overall very interesting interview, so please stay tuned. You're taking the hull off and you're polishing it, so that's like, they kind of like they clean the grain like they would do with the corn, only more intense.
A lot more intense.
Okay.
There's 2 identical mills here, each run 100 tons a day of finished rice. So that's 10,000 bags finished.
100 tons a day, 10,000 bags. Wow. All right.
So this is number 1.
Okay.
They take the patty from there, throw it in here.
Okay.
This is all trader rice here.
Okay, so where do you get this rice?
It's traders.
Okay.
We got like 60 rice traders here.
Okay. Is it pretty dirty when it comes in?
Well, these are pre-cleaners.
Okay.
So they clean the patty. They got air on them.
Okay.
It's a rotary separator, and then it goes in a flatbed separator. And then this is the destoner.
Okay.
And this is the husker. You
Okay.
behave yourself. And it husks by going through these rubber rollers. One runs a little slower than the other, so it like rubs the husk off the rice.
Okay.
And then the husk is sucked out.
Okay.
Goes through the cyclone, goes out that pipe. And what this thing does here, you only get about 80% of the husk off.
Okay.
So this separates that's basically has the husk off, but there's some husk in here. This sends it back to a cleanup husker here and keeps recirculating it.
Okay.
Then it comes to the whiteners. Basically, these have emery stones in them.
Really?
And you control it with weights out here on this flap. So can't do it all at once. You got to do it through 3 stages.
Okay.
Otherwise, it breaks the rice.
Okay.
Then it goes. This is a mist polisher.
Okay.
Sprays a little bit of water in, and it takes out the cracks of the rice. So it'll stay in storage longer.
Okay.
And then from there it goes to the grader. Takes out brokens.
Okay.
And then goes to the scale.
Awesome. Wow. So does it run seamlessly every day, or does it get jammed up sometimes? Do the hulls get jammed up?
Pretty much like a helicopter. This is dust, sucks the dust out.
Okay.
And then down over here, the bran that comes off the kernel is sucked out, goes through here in this bag.
Okay.
50 kilo bags. So both of those machines come here.
Okay. So there's a market for bran also?
Yeah, this is what you use for chicken feed and all.
Okay, interesting. How does it test out?
Huh?
How does it test out for chicken feed? Is it like you got a lot of
They
carbohydrates?
mix it with corn and molasses and stuff.
Okay, interesting.
They just don't feed it raw.
Uh-huh.
So this is the other side machine.
All
This
right.
is the polisher here. So let's see.
It's very clean for a place with this much green. It's awesomely clean. The smell is good. It smells like cereal in here. You must have a really good pest control plan here because it's clean.
You just saw her. Paul? Hey, Paul. You got the key to the gen room? So when we had Yolanda, it blew this wall in, took the roof, it collapsed, see that cement wall? It collapsed all that in,
Wow.
made a big V. I had 8,000 bags of finished rice there, got all wet.
How long did it take you to
You got
get?
the key to open that?
So how long did it take you to get running again after Yolanda?
There was no electric here for 5 months. It took us about, I had the elevators at that time going through the roof. We broke them off.
Uh-huh.
We had to rebuild them.
Uh-huh.
So it took us about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I didn't have a good gen set. I had a Chinese, like a hand tractor gen set.
Okay.
And it's 12 kilowatt, but it couldn't handle the welders.
Uh-huh.
So it took us a while to get it together. But this was all flooded. I got pictures of it. This roof was all V'd in.
Uh-huh.
And broke the back of the building out here. So anyhow.
Well, it looks to me like you run a pretty tight ship. That's pretty good. It looks really good to me. That could be in the United States. That facility right there could be some.
Nah, it would be a car deal. It wouldn't be a car deal.
Yeah, no small. They drove all the small businessmen out, huh?
So basically,
Get big or get out.
the husker blowing in here.
Uh-huh.
We have a crawler dump truck. Haul it out in the field and dump it.
So do you ever get guys coming over here wanting compost?
Mostly I've got the chicken farmers coming here for
litter?
bedding for
Oh,
the chicken.
okay, because then it makes it really good. Really good.
I wanted to make, pellets
Uh-huh.
to replace the firewood, but about $70,000 to get into that.
It's really worth doing though. That'd be a good project.
So there's 18 hectares in here.
So what do you do with the other 18 hectares?
Got some cows back there. About 23 of them.
Oh yeah, you're still a cow man, huh?
They're pretty much useless. Nobody has money to buy them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't. It's
Yeah.
it's hard here. I mean, nobody's got any money.
Yep. Yep. So it's like, in other words, it's still like America in the 1930s.
Well, in America in the 1930s, you could still live. These people live hand to mouth here.
Yep.
You either have money, you don't have money here. There's no in between.
So is that diesel storage right there?
Yeah, that's the supposedly the 30,000 gallon liter tank, but it ended up being 24. I filled it up yesterday.
Okay.
And I was 1,000 over. Well, I got all these stupid 55-gallon drums full of diesel. But I've got enough there off season. I can run maybe 2.5 months.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully they settle that thing in the Middle East because there's no more diesel coming out of there.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
They blocked the strait today because the U.S. bombed the
Yep.
So
I hear
diesel was going up five pesos a liter.
you. Uh-huh.
But now on Facebook it might go up 20 or 30.
Yeah. Yeah. It only takes a scare, and then the speculators drive it sky high. Even if there is a real disruption, but even if there wasn't one, they'd drive it through the roof.
The rest of the tank are going to get sunk.
So how many kilowatts did you say this gen set is?
This one's small one. It's 450 kilowatt.
450 kilowatt, and that's
That'll
small.
run one machine.
Okay.
So if we got light milling, we run that one.
Okay.
And then this one runs 2 machines.
Oh, that's
Both machines.
How many horsepower is that engine?
1,400.
1,400 horsepower. Dang.
12-cylinder Detroit.
1,400 horsepower, 12-cylinder Detroit. My gosh.
800 kilowatt.
800 kilowatt.
I had two of them. This one shit the bed over here.
What happened? The engine or the?
They run the fucker hot, and
Uh-huh.
and I was gonna overhaul it, and the damn kit to overhaul is $22,000.
So how many cylinders in this one?
12. They're identical.
You need some.
And I needed a radiator. That's another 10,000.
Uh-huh.
So I can buy a new one for 65,000 from China.
65,000. Okay.
So basically, better to get a new one. This one's 30 years old, so I'm just using it. If this one needs parts, they're interchangeable.
Okay. Okay.
So
Can you? It's hard. Is it hard to get parts for those old Detroit engines?
they still make them. You can. There was 1.5 million of these made.
Uh-huh.
They're
Okay, that's
mostly
good.
in ships because they're continuous duty.
So do they run on the low grade of oil that they run in the ships?
They don't run on.
They won't run. You're running them on diesel.
Running on diesel.
Okay.
HFO, even at the power plant, they're running diesel because it's too much of a headache.
Yeah.
You got to heat it, and
They're
the
not.
tar comes off.
Okay. They're not running. Got turbines. They're running diesel engines still.
Yeah, just down the street.
Wow.
To Pelco.
Okay. Oh, it's not very.
They got what do you call those? They're two-stroke. They're out of Europe, but they're like 30 years old.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're sitting here.
Karen, you should be videoing all this. This is tremendous here. 12-cylinder Detroit engines, 1,400 kilowatt genset, Detroit diesels, crazy stuff, man. It's awesome.
But that burns 100 liter an hour.
100 liters an hour it burns diesel. He's
But
got
we
to.
produce 200 bag an hour.
Okay.
So it works out. Cheaper than the electric. The electric here, why they have no business. If you go over 225 kVA transformers, they bullshit you that they have to go buy the power and sign a contract. So whether you use it or not, they're going to charge you for the power.
So you got to generate your
So
own
they
power.
started that shit, and my cost to mill a bag of rice went to 90 pesos.
Okay.
Because if I run the machine one day, I get a bill for 500,000 pesos.
Okay.
So
You got to be
the
vertically integrated.
diesel is running around 37 pesos a bag
Okay.
to mill.
That's
And
wild.
when I turn it on, it's there and it doesn't go off. But
All right.
anyhow,
Well, Tom, this is really interesting. Thank you for showing me all this.
so let me shut the lights off here.
So I imagine you know every square inch of that production line. You know everything about all the motors and the augers.
To install the first milling line, I had a small one in here. So we hired them. They've been here 26 years working.
Okay.
So they know the machine. Basically, everybody knows how to service it and take care of it.
So you don't have these wired, or do you? You don't have them wired into like a computer that's telling you the percent motor load. I'm familiar with these. Back in Missouri, at the plant I work, they all go back to a computer, and it's all got a percent motor load. So if you get an alert on your computer screen if they start getting hot, if they start using more
We
power.
have a handheld thing, but they're set at a breaker up there in the box, so that kills it if it gets too hot.
They've got a system where you just pretty much, it just senses how much power it's consuming. If it changes, it sets off an alarm, so that every motor is hooked in, and then if the percent of motor load changes, it tells you. It knows.
Yeah, well, this is down and dirty here.
I think you probably got it so balanced you didn't need that stuff. But I haven't seen
I had a problem with running off the grid because the 13.8 line is out there, but they tap it for the little houses, so they get the damn thing unbalanced. So one of the phases is low, so it acts like a brake.
Okay.
And the motors get hot. Generator, no problem. I haven't replaced the motor in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you got to figure on the power around here. They're going to get out of phase. It's going to get out of phase and burn your motors.
So, but this is the only thing that survived Yolanda.
Did you rebuild good enough to survive the next Yolanda?
Well,
Mostly?
Build it stronger because
Uh-huh.
you don't know what it's like to have 160-mile-an-hour wind for 5 hours.
No, I don't. Thank God I don't know that. I don't want to know
We
either.
took the
But...
roof off this building. It collapsed the office.
Okay.
The sign they found a half a kilometer away.
Wow.
Do you know if the dryer building key is on here? Anybody? Nobody talking? No, sir? Where's Uncle Paul? Where'd he go? Office? So anyhow, this was the only building was on the property when I bought it. It had a tree growing through the roof. We basically just use it for machinery. You behave yourself.
You're cute.
I had a guy working on the air conditioner out here the other day, and he was in his tricycle. She went up there and bit the shit out of him. And
Careful, Karen.
cost me 5,000 pesos for the bite deal. So
what model is your tractor? Did that come from China?
I sold a rice mill, and they sent me that for commission.
Oh, that's nice. Is it a diesel? Or is
Yeah,
it...
74 horsepower.
Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. Is it a front wheel assist? Or, I mean, is it front wheel hydraulic? Yeah, hydraulic or no?
No, it's a regular drive.
Oh, that's really awesome.
There's no computer on it. It's all got a small
Man.
turbo. It's
Yeah.
simple.
Like
It's
you,
like $8,000.
it's $8,000 for one of these?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome tractor for $8,000.
They sent a disc, offset disc, and a four bottom plow.
A disc? Now, you know what we call a
This
disc?
flail
That's like a rotor, a flail mower.
Yeah.
Okay, we use that to chop silage in the United States.
I mow the pasture with it.
Oh, that's awesome. We use one of those. We got a couple of them actually. I think, yeah, New Holland, I believe. No, is it Gell? One of them. We got 2 of them. Flail choppers. And then it's got an auger on top and it blows it into the wagon.
I got the, what do you call it? The hammers instead of the...
You got knives under there? Are they sharp? They free float, right? Yeah. Yeah. See?
Spin back.
Yeah. So it spins, Karen, and it chops the grass. We have this in Missouri, and it's got an auger in back of here. It chops it. It goes into the auger, and then it blows it into the wagon, so you can give green chop to the cows and stuff. Pretty awesome mower, as long as you don't hit nothing.
It's hell on coconuts. This is my old truck. This been, I paid $600,000 for this new in 2012.
$600,000 in 2012.
It's got like
That's not bad at all.
400,000 kilometers on it.
Have you overhauled it or anything?
Huh?
Have you had to overhaul
No.
it? Just that's pretty
It's
good.
got a Cummins engine in it.
It's got a Cummins engine in it. Hear that, guys? People ask me that all the time if they're a Cummins engine. So you've got Detroit diesels and Cummins engines on this property. Excellent.
Well, they got the biggest Cummins engine plant in the world in China.
Okay.
So, but the parts are cheap. I put new kingpins in it and all bushings and drag links and all was $265. You can buy everything on Alibaba.
Oh, man.
For it. Can't deal with the Filipino because they won't get the parts, but just Alibaba and they come in 6 days.
Tom, how much are these going on the market now? If you could
Probably
find
1.8.
1.8 million. It's a really useful truck. See,
Well, if you're going to go in business, you don't need no damn motorcycle. You'll never make any money with
Yeah.
a motorcycle.
that's true. Yeah.
You know, you need to get an Elf. These are cheap. There's parts everywhere.
Yeah.
You get that little stupid,
The Rusco.
junk.
Yeah, I agree. You
They're
need
junk.
to do
Those little
things.
mini trucks are junk.
This is what Christian told you, James.
Yeah,
to
Christian's
buy.
right. I agree. I
You
agree.
can put 120 bags of rice on here.
Wow.
So, at 50 kilo. I beefed up the springs. I put another leaf under there. But,
Okay.
yeah, it runs every day. It's delivering to Pilar and Rojas City and stuff.
All right.
So,
Well,
time for a new one. It's getting some age on it.
Still looks pretty. It still looks like you got a lot using it to me. How's it different? The axles are different.
They fucked up the rear end on that.
Yeah?
Excuse me.
Did they rebuild it?
No, they got it stuck and they're spinning it.
Uh-huh.
Typical Filipino. And then they hit a hard spot and tore out the rear end.
Okay.
So I ordered one from China. It was $145 with the freight
Oh man, that's cheap.
for a brand new one. You just take the plate
Uh-huh.
off the side and send to them, and they know everything component in the truck.
That's
So
wild.
they match it.
That's what we're lacking in the U.S. right now. Everything's over-regulated. It's all full of wires. It's all, you can't. It's hard to get the parts for the new machinery. What do they got this thing now where you can't tear your own tractor down?
Yeah, I see that, but they're idiots. They're buying those $800,000
Yeah.
tractors.
You said
they're
it,
better
not me.
off with an old 5020 John Deere or something you can work on.
We're an International 1586. That's what my old man's
But
got.
put 2 or 3 people on one,
Yeah.
So
Yep, I agree.
anyhow,
So Tom, can I ask you a few biographical? You were a farm boy back in the U.S.?
yeah, I grew up in Ohio on a row crop farm. Then
Okay.
we moved to Alabama and had a ranch.
Okay.
And there was no money in it at that time. We had like 100 cow calf operation.
Yeah.
And then I got into timeshare. Was selling timeshare with Marriott and then
Okay.
doing the marketing. And met a guy had a trading company in Hong Kong.
Okay.
And I went to Hong Kong and
All right.
did the trading company. And he was a shabu addict.
Okay.
Finally overdosed in the Hilton in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And the accounts asked me to take over, so I stayed there 7 years.
Okay.
Did about 3 to 4 million a month in
Okay.
export,
Okay.
and saved up my money. And then Bush got in power and ended the freebies with the doctors, the
Okay.
pens and shit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So my wife was in Hong Kong as OFW, taking care of 2 kids. She came back here and was trading rice. When I look at her books, the only thing making money, rice mill.
Interesting.
So I went to China and I bought a rice mill up there. It
Okay.
was 50 ton a day.
50 tons a
So
day.
it did like
Okay.
50 bags an hour output finished.
50 bags.
And we ran that. I offered, the Chinese came and installed it. They want to run 10,000 bags of patty through it
Uh-huh.
as a test. So I offered free milling.
Okay.
And we had 3 trucks the first day, next day 10 trucks. And then it got to where the machine run 24/7 because it was the only rice that would sell at the market because it was clean. And on that little truck, they get like 5-6 extra bags back of finished rice.
Okay.
So that's why they trashed the other old mills.
Okay.
And even to this day, when we mill NFA, we have the highest recovery of all the mills that are
Okay.
milling.
Okay.
So we got usually a 65 to 67% return.
Yeah. So that helps
the
with
patty.
that helps we stay competitive and keep the bottom line up.
Well, we get paid a fee. I don't own rice. You can't buy. I can't buy enough rice to feed this thing. That's why we have the traders.
Okay.
They each have 2 or 3 trucks. They got crews go out. They finance the farmer because the farmer can't get no money to plant the rice.
Okay.
So somebody gives them the money.
Okay.
Then they go buy the rice at whatever price is in the market and bring it here. I don't know where my brother-in-law is. I don't know if I've got dryers out there in the other barn.
Okay.
But it's locked up. Come in the office for a while. Yeah, this thing was all gone. Yolanda took it. Hey, can you get the dryer key? The key to the dryer. I got these keys here for the gen door. Are they on the same key? That's my brother-in-law's son.
Okay.
Yeah, come on with us, QR. You ain't doing nothing.
Oh, I really wanted to bring Karen's brother, Tonton. He should have come up here and seen all this. It would have done him a lot of good to see how all this works.
It's 25 years of headaches. So what time you guys going to Kalibo tomorrow?
5:30.
5:30? Where's the other 3 trucks? 3 other?
And
Who you using? Whose trucks are going? One rod? What do we got up there? 2,500 bags to get? Got what, 5 loads?
I think 2,000 months.
Yeah, when that typhoon came, it blew out this sidewall here after it caved in the back of the building. It took the roof off the house, was bouncing, and I had a Fortuner. We went out and sit where we're building this building. I just had the pillars up, and was blowing the mirrors on the side back and forth. Rocked the hell out of the car. What are you guys doing? You're following QR? To push the door open? 3 guys?
Look at all those rice hulls, Karen.
Yeah, for compost.
No, he wants to get a pellet machine and make instead of charcoal, you use the pellets to cook with.
Yeah.
That's probably about 10 feet deep in there.
Wow.
Got another
Oh my gosh, Karen, look at
pile
all
here.
that.
This 20 feet. I got another house down there, 2-bedroom house. Nobody lives in it. Pretty good house. I was thinking of renting it out, but I don't think it's worth the hassle.
How much money does it take to make it worth renting out on a monthly basis?
I don't know. Depends on who's renting it. Get some asshole
Yeah.
paying enough money.
So what are you using for the dryers for heat? Are you using
The
propane?
Husk.
Oh, you're using the husks to dry. Brilliant. Back in America, everybody's using gas.
Turn some lights on, guys.
All right.
These are 15 tons. They hold 300 bags of patty. And the problem is they won't use them. If the sun is shining, they want to dry out there in the husk. We charge 35 peso a bag to dry the rice
Okay. Why is it better to dry it in here rather than the sun?
because it doesn't crack. It circulates it through. It only stays in the heat for
Okay.
like 15 minutes.
So your
Goes back to the top.
quality
and
grade
cools.
is much higher?
Comes out white.
Okay.
Out there, if it rains, it's yellow.
Okay.
Can't sell the rice.
Ah. Nice set of discs there.
Never used it.
You never used it. What are you going to use that? What would you use it for? You'd use that for like corn or something, right? Rip the ground and get it ready to plant some corn. Do you have a plow?
Yeah. Huh?
Do you have
got a
plows?
Plow too. Just
Really?
plow.
Okay.
They just sent it all out. I thought I'd sell it. Everybody wants to buy it. Nobody got any money.
Huh.
So this is the husk furnace. Basically automatic. You put the husk in the bin, and it auger blows it in, burns it in suspension.
That's really wild. So you can just reuse your husks to dry the rice. Pretty good. All right. That's amazing, Karen. He's using the husks as fuel to make the heat to dry the rice, so they don't have to dry it on the road.
Smart.
Then the quality ends up being much higher. So you'd be better off if everybody would just put it through the dryer.
This is the furnace man here.
Yeah, you gotta have guys that know how to do all that because you can't be everywhere.
All night long. Takes
12 hours.
well, that comes in here usually 32%, and it's got to be 15 to mill it.
Okay,
So you lose 1% of moisture in an hour.
you hear that, Karen? It comes
You
in.
dry it over that, cracks it.
So
That's what happens in the field. The guys are playing tong it and crack all the damn rice. Or the flatbed dryer the government gives. You got to turn it over. They won't turn it over because it's dirty.
Okay.
So it cracks all the rice. It's all broken when it comes here.
All right.
So Did they ever fix the seats?
So you know what he's talking about. You got to bring the rice from 32% moisture down to 15%. They're using the heat from the hulls. That's a furnace to make the heat to dry the rice over there. The dry air, the hot air. Cool. Amazing. It's amazing to see this out here, Tom. Really, I'm very thankful that you showed me all this. Really amazing.
You got ideas also.
I don't think I could ever do anything like this. This is amazing.
So this is one of our trucks.
What's the story on this one?
Well, it's a Isuzu.
Uh-huh. There's a lot of Isuzu here. Are they good?
Very better than a Ford or a Chevy or a Toyota.
All right.
It's got a V10 diesel in it.
How many tons does it move?
I don't know. What do you guys put? 35 ton on?
25 tons.
35 tons. All right. Pretty big truck.
32-foot bed. These are the ones that are rolling over. This used to be a wingman, I think, but they converted it and dropped side.
These are the ones that you mean on the highway, they're flipping over all the time?
Yeah.
Just going too hot and sometimes with no
Too
brakes.
much weight on them.
Too much weight.
This truck only supposed to haul like 400 bags.
Okay, they're
And
overloading
they're
them.
putting 600 on it. So
Yeah, and they're driving them like they're empty.
I don't even use it. I hate to run it down the road because I'm afraid to run over somebody. But
Like the cow.
And baka juice, he said that there's a baka also.
I know.
Yeah.
He grew up. Tom's from America. He's a farmer from Ohio.
no, I took a cow in trade. Somebody wanted money.
Uh huh.
So it had a calf, and then
Okay.
next thing another one, and then another one. So I got like 23. I don't mess with them. You know, there's no money in them.
Uh huh.
Nobody buys them,
You.
and they're wild as deer because if they're tame, they come and steal them and cut the fence. You know the theft out here is ridiculous.
Even back in Missouri, we had a guy buy a bull. A neighbor bought a bull. I forget. He's like $18,000. A week later, it was gone.
So the property goes to that back tree line there, way back. And
So, what do you have barbed wire fence up, or how you?
I got a woven wire fence all the way
Okay.
around it.
Do you have an electric?
No.
They're just staying in for the wolf wire.
Even when the Yolanda took all the fence line down, the cows stayed here. They didn't go out.
They
It
don't-
took me about 3 weeks to get the fence back up.
Yeah, that's how cows are. They don't really, unless they're starving, they don't usually leave the fence. They don't like to leave their
So
home
I
range.
can't, I think there's 7 hectares in there, and that's supporting 20 some cows. They're out here now.
And you don't need to bale hay ever.
No,
Yeah.
they're not in the, they're not fat though.
Uh-huh. You got.
Filipino cow. So
In your opinion, Tom, what would be the best way to fatten? If you want to, if you had a market,
can't fatten them here.
you can't. Too hot.
You can't grow enough corn here
Uh-huh.
because you're restricted to 5 hectares.
Okay.
And
What if you wanted to fatten one for yourself? How would you
you'd
do
have
it?
to buy the corn.
Buy the corn.
You'd have to buy the feed.
All right. All right.
It's
Yep.
better to go to S&R and buy it. It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of headaches.
Yeah, we're not in the grain belt.
That's
Uh-huh.
the problem with cows. It's not worth it. There's just no money in
They
it.
don't taste good without
The
corn.
pigs, there's no
Yeah.
money in it. Everybody I know got pigs, lost their ass.
Yeah. Well, the ASF wiped everybody out.
The fucking feed cost.
Okay.
We are planning to the piggery.
We're
also.
raising.
Yeah, you don't have your own feed, you're just going to lose your ass. You might as well, forget it.
Yeah.
Then they got the ASF. They just come and
Yep.
slaughter your pigs. You don't get no money.
Yep.
And same with the damn chickens. They come in and slaughter them.
Yep. Yep.
Chicken and
So
Yep.
when Yolanda had a nice big mahogany stand out there they'd planted, knocked it down. Looked like artillery was shot in there.
Yep.
So anyhow,
All right.
so we built all this by hand. General.
storeroom.
This is just more patty store.
Okay.
Lights in here.
Okay. Yeah, those are there, huh?
Yeah, that's another damn nightmare. 2008, they were going to mine magnesium. Not magnesium.
Manganese?
Manganese.
Oh, there's manganese here?
Bunch of deposits up outside of Boracay.
Oh, really? You need that for
So
steel.
I had the dozer. Then the market went to hell. The Chinese wouldn't buy anymore.
Okay.
So I got stuck with the dozer.
Okay.
And it's been, I just put an engine in it.
Okay.
New transmission,
Uh-huh.
all new tracks.
Okay.
Uh-oh, General. Salute. This is Karen and this is James. They're from Calibo.
Belete, kind of Clevo. Hello.
Okay, hello, nice to meet you. I'm going to my...
Oh, you're gonna get your...
Yeah,
to-
they're live.
No, we're vloggers, but we're not live. If you don't want to be on, I'll just edit it
No,
out.
it's okay.
Okay.
No problem.
That's nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Incredible place, Tom's.
Yeah, thank
No, it's
Explaining.
not mine, it's hers.
It's hers, okay.
She runs it. I don't have anything to do with it. She does all the trading and
Oh, yeah? You see, Karen? All right. Now you know what to do.
Learning pa, we're learning.
Learning, yeah?
There's some drinks in the office.
why aren't you driving your new car?
Send for car wash.
Oh, they sent it to the car wash. Just watch for those. Can't afford any more tires.
You wanna ride back?
No, well,
You walk? Okay.
she got that for rice scraper,
Cool.
1 year.
That's some skills. What do you think, Karen? Pretty awesome, huh?
Awesome.
Pretty awesome story. All right.
Well, you got to come here with money. You don't have no money, you might as well forget it. You can't get a bank loan.
Yeah.
You know, we got line of credit at the bank.
Uh-huh.
But if you want a loan, it'll take a year for the application
Uh-huh.
to go through. You got
Yeah.
to be in business 5 years, have CPA audited financials.
Because nobody has collateral. Because there's not a lot of the farmers don't own the land, so they don't have any collateral. They can't get a loan. You can't
Nobody
collect.
can. And they don't loan on land.
Uh-huh. They don't.
You know.
Okay. Because the titles are so messed up here.
Well,
You can't collect on land maybe here.
when someone dies,
Uh-huh.
the land
Yeah.
goes to 6 kids.
Yep. Yep.
Then they die,
Yeah.
then it goes to 46 kids.
Okay.
So when you go buy it, they all have to sign off.
That's an interesting concept versus the West. Land is considered a
Land titles are nuts here.
yeah.
You don't know the shit we went through here. All these are titled.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say.
You know, and now they got
Uh-huh.
in the courthouse, it's computerized, so if
Uh-huh.
you own over 5 hectares, that's all you can own.
Uh-huh.
So you have to put in somebody else's name
Okay.
to get around that.
All right.
So, you know, any big scale farming ain't gonna happen.
Can't happen here. Okay.
You know, it's all this damn rice is bagged,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah, instead of being in a gravy wagon
Even the
truck.
little
Yeah.
harvesters they got,
Yeah.
because each paddy's somebody else.
Yep.
You can't drive across that
Yep,
guy's
yep,
paddy to
yep.
get to the paddy
Yep.
that's right. It's, you know, just a nightmare.
It's very different because you know the story of American agriculture, right? And how Earl Butz, Nixon said get big or get out, right? So
Well,
everybody's in the city, living in the city now.
Trump's going to put them all out now. So I have no, let them all go broke. You know.
Yeah, they got it. I agree. They got it coming. I agree. All right.
Tom's daughter, guys, have hamster here. So I'm trying to... You can go. Okay, okay.
The only one that lives.
Hello, James. Look like Roxy, but Roxy is a little bit small.
You remember Magnum PI? That was back
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
made good TV shows. Zeus and Apollo.
I used to have,
Wow.
no, you're not going in the house.
Here are the hamster.
Oh.
These are the ones for sale, but these are mine.
How cute. Nice color. Ding.
I think she's going to have puppies. He just got her pregnant. Star, what's the matter with you?
Go vlog ka.
Akong asawa, be. Dahil ang sa imo, be. Yang sa left. Ang favorite. Ang cute. Akong classmate dati pag college, baligya. Kaso color brown.
Oh, here, look at them. Cute, cute.
They even have like a hummingbird.
Nami ang andyan.
They're so mabait. Here.
So this, basically the roof all came off.
I have a white one also.
That's the roof wall. Hey, stop it.
Here. It's so cute.
Patchy, you're not going to the refrigerator.
May cat ka mo sa house niya.
Why man?
Dog.
May dog. Dog lang, be.
What's the matter with you?
They're so cute.
Din ang ginabaligya mo, be.
These two. But they're both males. If both males, like mas mabait ang males kaysa sa females. Yes. White one.
Si ano man ginapakaon mo, be? Anak mo.
And feeds or vegetables. There's more inside. They're hiding. Oh my gosh. Star. Here. You can touch them if you want.
You know, but
There.
then they
It's also.
and they didn't want no Russians.
Okay.
They killed 14,000
May buho man di pero
Makaginawa.
So,
i-transfer mo lang sila sa box.
kill them all. Just kill them all.
Here.